Okay, hi. Um, Not exactly sure where this is going to go today, but I really feel as though I need to talk about Friday the 13th and belief systems and programming. The belief system, my mum's very superstitious. Raised in a household where everything's very negative. You don't believe in certain things, or you have to believe in certain things, the magpies and all of that malarkey and conditioning. I have mixed race children, and it was a big thing. My mum had black friends, but should never be with one. I've always been a black sheep. So my mum's face when I bought not just a mixed race or a light-skinned man home, but he was very beautifully dark black man. I've always pushed the boundaries, if that's what you want to say. I've always been somebody who's never been told what I can and can't do. So when I met my DM, I've always been strong-willed in relationships before him. I only had 2 before him, but I was very strong-willed. I walked away from a 14-year marriage. My first boyfriend shot me. Walked straight away. So when I met my DM, they was confused as to why I would allow somebody to treat me the way I did and why I stayed. I didn't understand it myself, but the day I met him, I knew there was something. I just had that inner feeling that there was something that was unlike any other. He was a lot younger than me, and lies was the foundation to our relationship. He lied about his age. He lied about his credentials and what he wanted from life. By the time I found out I was pregnant, should have been the sign to walk away. I didn't. Through the relationship, he was always in and out, in and out, in and out. Never really committed, and I used to be absolutely soul destroyed when he left, and I could never ever understand why. I got pregnant with my second child, and during the pregnancy he left for another woman. I gave him the option to come back and grow up maybe, and in time, if he wanted a family life, then I'd be there. During the pregnancy I did no healing. I was just a broken ball of mess, watching the 3D social media, being taunted, traumatised, until I got up and just left the area that I was born and raised in. He followed. The pattern of cheating and lies continued until our relationship completely broke away and I stood in my power and said no more. At that point he went off and met somebody else and had children. During this time of our separation, we've both learned massive lessons, 333. And about 6 months ago, he started to come back. And over the last 6 months, we've triggered each other and we've separated again, and we've come back together and we've separated again. Christmas, he came back and he was here for a good few months, but came back with a very obvious addiction habit. And in the beginning, I didn't understand the twin flame dynamic when it came to addictions, and with Sophia and Amber, they've given me a massive inner understanding, overstanding of the situation. And healing is foremost for me, because when I heal, he heals. I no longer take any kind of blame or expectations upon him in any which way, but I have set boundaries. Boundaries being with money. I was always very too easy to give. Certain things like communication. He will always communicate. Now more so, every single day we communicate. And I spent the weekend with him, the weekend just gone. We are planning to move into our new home together. He's put a time refrain on that, not me. I had a message coming through yesterday of him that he's relapsed quite a few times over the last 2 months that we haven't really seen each other, even though we've had constant contact daily. Some intermittent one-word answers here and there, and I've made and voiced my opinion that although that's his choice, it's also my choice to pull away until he's ready to open up completely, because I feel as though he doesn't speak at all unless he's here or unless he's drug induced. Our connection's getting stronger, and I feel as though now is the time for me to just see what the cards that I've been doing are going to show up for us. Now, manifestation and all that kind of thing is been very big in the spiritual community, and with past beliefs, we always believed that Friday the 13th was a bad day. So I'm going to pull some cards and see if we change the perspective of what we learned about Friday the 13th, what miracles, because I do believe in miracles, can happen. All believing, all knowing. So here we go. Today I'm going to use the Kyle Gray Oracle cards, and they're a beautiful deck, absolutely beautiful colours, very ancestral, very pre my year of birth. Probably anybody who's not actually on the earth right now. So here we are. I have already cleared the energy that makes sense burning, just to make sure we're not going to pull any old energies in or any unwanted energies, and we're only going to have some messages from the highest of sources while we're doing this card reading today, and allow them to give us any messages that will transpire and come through to us, what we could possibly gain from Friday the 13th. So, random, I know. Who thought you could do a card reading on Friday the 13th? Here we go. What will Friday the 13th have in store for our manifestations with the twin flame DF connection for myself and for the community, or anybody who feels as though guided to come, very fluffy blockages there, who have to stumbled on this channel and hear this reading. Let's see. Any messages with respect to manifestation for Friday the 13th? I'm going to pull 2 more, and then we'll go through them and see if I get any intuitive messages about them, because I do get intuitive messages. Bottom of the deck, before we even start, is increased awareness. The message reads, deep connections, trust your inner voice. Very fitting. Okay, so what can we manifest on Friday the 13th, if we go into this with a clear, open mind, with positivity as thoughts rather than negativity, which is usually associated with Friday the 13th. Choose love. Don't let those negative devil energies get in and knock you in any which way. Do what is right for everybody who's involved here and offer a helping hand. Maybe there's going to be somebody who comes to you quite desperate on that day, or it could even be a DM. Do the right thing for everybody, not just for your DM or for yourself, which I've been guilty from in the past. Always put my DM first, to the point where he then became expecting of that level of codependency because I allowed it to happen for so long. And I would put him first before myself, before my kids. I didn't want to. I knew at the time it was probably not right, and I felt a lot of guilt, and I got very defensive about that. But I did it. Very pink, very heart chakra. So yes, love can be manifested quite good in a strong way on Friday. The second card is Ancestral Spirit. The White Eagle. I've always felt as though I was connected to this kind of spirit from the very beginning of my spiritual journey. Connect to your lineage. A family wound and pattern can be healed right now. I think with the retrograde just going, and a lot of us in this journey have cut out cycles and ended cycles that we've been stuck and trapped in for a long time with ourselves and our DM. I think connecting back to who we were has been a massive issue. Child inner healing has been a massive one for me. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. A pattern, a family heal, makes sense because I come from a very, what do they call it? The word has gone from my head. Skeptic kind of family, and one who's very superstitious. Don't believe in doing certain things, and Friday the 13th is massive in my family. Everything is blamed on Friday the 13th. So that can be broken and healed, which this was a reading about Friday the 13th, so there we go. Believe something different to get something different. Phases and cycles, just as I was saying in the card before. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. The phases and cycles that I had to walk away from was very much burdensome, and this girl in this picture actually reminds me of myself when I was younger. Very long blonde hair, the eyes of determination, but with that black crow on her shoulder. That black crow to me symbolises my mom, was chirping in my ear. That shadow of darkness, but with the full moon behind it, I think this full moon has definitely brought in some clarity and some healing after the retrograde that we've just gone through. So phases and cycles have definitely been broken here and ready to move forward. And what we're moving forward into? Love and peace. Mother Mary's here. Mother Mary is here to let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Your mother's healing is possible at this time. So the mother in you that you probably never had from childhood, the mother you wish you always had, the inner healing from that trauma is being released right now. So maybe people are going through issues especially to do with, or healing issues especially to do with the main caregiver, the mother, or if there is only a father present and the father right now. Choose peace. And sometimes you just have to let go, especially with somebody when it comes to parents and stuff like that, because they can't always see what you see, and their healing may never happen. Hence the reason why it's been passed down through generations for us to heal. Us on this journey, on this twin flame, are here to heal not just our wounds, but the wounds of our mother and our mother's mother. So Friday for me is going to be a day things are going to happen that create a very loving, warm, secure feeling, and a lot of healing that's been going on, the clarity to everything that's happened over the last 2 months. 2 months is definitely going to come to an end, and we're going to definitely see a benefit to that. And with the increased awareness being the card that's at the bottom of the deck, it really does make sense. Okay, I'm really pulled. I was only going to do the oracle cards, but I feel as though maybe we should just do an angel. Let's just see. Let's just see what comes through with the angel cards. Let's see, that's going to give us some kind of clarity or guided messages that we need to receive. For those of us in healing, working with our past, breaking generational cycles, curses that was passed down. Friday the 13th, especially with the energy that's there to manifest. I've never done one of these, not even in private. Any messages? The first message we've got is the Six of Air. Things are looking up. The end of a difficult situation is here. Take a trip. The end of a difficult situation. Oh, it's been 11 years. Well, 44 years almost since I was born. I'm 43. So yes, I finally feel as though things are looking up in life. Inner confidence, inner knowing. For the first time in my life, I've actually got nobody of any negative energy that's around me because everybody's left. Oh well. And it's only to my benefit because those people who were around, probably with a very negative vibe and low vibing energy, which kept me in a place where I believed it was everybody else's issue what was going on in my life. Awakening is at the bottom of the deck, which is almost the same as the increased awareness from the last cards. Look at things from a different perspective. There may have been a temporary standstill, but it's important to be yourself. And that is definitely right with me. Makes complete and utter sense. Okay, the second card that came out underneath the white eagle here is the Nine of Fire. Your ancestral spirit is also giving you the guidance, do not give up. Protect that which you have created. Have the courage and believe in yourself. So definitely things or people may come to attack the new you. Stand in your power. Protect what's yours and have the courage to actually stand up. You've had these lessons. You've learnt your truth. You speak your truth, and it can trigger a lot of people, especially those who are not used to the new you, or ones that you haven't seen for a long time thinking they can come back. Under phases and cycles that we've just ended is balance, because I do think we've balanced out a new way of us. The need for balance and moderation, cooperation and compromise. Wait for perfect timing. Timing is always in divine's hands. I don't ever rush time anymore. It is what it is. There is a beginning within every ending, so this tells me that the need for balance and moderation, cooperation, wait for perfect timing. So the new beginning is going to come. Me and my DM have talked about moving in together. Well, it's not just talks. Paperwork is being done as we speak for us to be able to move in together. And our new start, fresh start, is here. He's closing out old cycles over there. I know this because this is what he's told me. Wait for perfect timing. wait for perfect timing. Timing is everything. You can meet the right person at the wrong time, and things just never will be the same. But only if you've healed to come back together at the right timing can it really manifest and grow. Under Mother Mary, love and peace, we have the Queen of Earth. You're very creative and subtle and sensible. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach to things. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. So when you have to let go of the need to be right, which is what that message was there, sometimes you have to have a sensible approach to this and deal with the challenges that come with an understanding manner. Then again, this is still very motherly energy for me. It feels as though, and I think maybe this has got something to do with Mother's Day's approaching. I don't know why. But the Queen of Earth, almost like she's casting a spell. She's throwing out her magic. That's quite a forceful energy, doesn't it? So make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. Deal with the challenges. Be kind and understanding manner. Speak your truth, but in love. Coming from love. So if you feel as though something is really wrong in a connection or boundaries are really pushed, you can say them without saying to somebody, well, I think you're a fucking arse. Maybe you want to say that, maybe you don't. But there are other ways to say things and get the message across that you're not putting up with this. Boundaries have been set, cycles have been broken, balance has now been restored to yourself, back to your childhood-like self. But you're here to stand up into your power, and you'll protect the new world that you've created around you. And things are looking up. So that seems a fantastic message. I hope you got some benefit from this like I did.